So let's go back to the beginning of this film.
All right,
And it
this is the
begins
opposite,
with
yeah.
the letter.
So about 2 years ago, Chris, I don't know, I ran into him. He goes, if I were to write you one page, would you give me 1 day and just write whatever comes to you? And I'm going, sure, sounds interesting. So he gives me this letter, and let me be very specific about it. It's quite thick paper, and it's typewritten, not computer. It's proper typewriter, old-fashioned way in the thick.
He writes on a typewriter.
Yeah, certainly this piece was written on a typewriter.
By him, not dictated.
By him, not dictated. And the thick paper meant I knew there was no carbon copy. This is the only one, right?
Oh, wow.
And really, it was a fable. But it was a fable which gave nothing away.
The letter says, "Dear Hans."
Well, dear Hans, here is the fable. And I'm not even going to go and tell you the whole fable. But really, the crux of the matter is, I have a son. He's 16 years old. He was 14 at the time. Chris knows him very well. I know he's going to become a scientist. And the fable was very much based on a conversation that Chris, his wife Emma, and I had in London a few years earlier at Christmas time in this restaurant. We were just talking about our kids, what it meant to be a father. It started snowing outside, and London shuts down when it snows. No cabs, nothing. It's like, and Chris and I sitting there going, "How are we going to get home, Emma?" And she's going, "What? Come on, guys, out into the street, out into the snow." We had a snowball fight at 1 o'clock in the morning, Piccadilly Circus. So this story, this fable, these bits of dialogue he wrote for me were full of personal information that he has about myself and my children. And I wrote the thing about 9 o'clock in the evening. I finished it. So this is this tiny piece, just a little bit of piano and a little bit of organ, and it really, I really just wrote about what it meant to be a father. And friend Chris, I said, "I've written it. Do you want me to send it over?" And he says, "No, can I come down, have a quick listen? A little excited here." And he came down, sat on my couch, and I played it for him. It was about 4 minutes long. I get to the end of it, and I'm going, well, what do you think? He goes, "Well, I better make the movie now." I'm going, "What is the movie?" And he starts describing this huge journey, this vast canvas of space and philosophy and science and all these things. And I'm going, hang on. I've written you this tiny little thing here. And he goes, "Yes, but I now know what the heart of the story is." And so he took that, and the thing I didn't know at the time was he hadn't really started writing. But by him saying, "Hang on, I'm giving you this," he actually it forced him, to get into the process. So he was writing with this piece of music, sort of keeping him company all the way through the writing process, all the way through the shoot, and so yes, it again, what was I writing from? I was writing from a very, very personal point of view. Which, at the end of the day, I mean, isn't that what it's all about?
Yes.
It's when we sit here and we talk, you don't really get to know me. If I play you a piece of music, that's when you can truly look inside me. And that's the scariest time for me. That's why I have to have these relationships with directors, whereby talking about 9 years working on Batman, it does create these families, and it creates a bond, and Chris is very, very good at making me, truly write from my heart and let him see it, because, I mean, the worst thing that can happen is if somebody says, "Oh no, it doesn't move me," because that means you don't move. You know, you're
At the
who
ver-
you are. It's nothing.
At the very end of the film, he gave you a watch.
Oh, that one.
Oh, that's the watch.
Yeah.
And on the back it says what?
On the back it says, this is no time for caution.